Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another fine episode here at the Artist Corner, where I, Mr. Dave Joyner, bring you fine, high-quality drawing tutorials on a regular basis. Today, we are working on a new project and a new conceptualization of my own. Thank you very much. I've moved the camera gear. We're trying a little new thing. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about sketchbooks today. This is a sketchbook I'd recently purchased. I think that anybody who is serious about artwork should do that. On my sketchbook, it's a nice black book. You can get them almost anywhere. I've wrote the date up here, and I'm going to go ahead and just let's talk a little bit about what we do with a sketchbook first. First off, I don't think that you should get a sketchbook for just arbitrary drawing. I think that when you get a sketchbook, you should have a goal. This sketchbook, I'm devoting probably the whole thing to sceneries and the potential for storytelling through sceneries. So we can go ahead and just see how I've illustrated the first page of this, and I've just given it a nice name, My Imaginary Worlds. And we've got a little water here, some grass, and I've put a nice tree in here. So we have this page here. I am right now currently working on the very next page. So I thought maybe we might do a small episode here at the Artist Corner where we talk about and do a little bit of this inking together. Okay, so we are coming in here, my friends. We are going to work. Let's take a look at this. This is one of my illustrations right here. And on this illustration, you see I've done some pine trees. So this is the kind of pine trees we're going to be doing. It's very tall. I don't know. We used to call them monkey trees. I don't know if that's still what they are called. I don't even know if that was the right word to use to call them. But they had these branches that kind of, well, sort of hung down like I don't know. I don't see why they were called monkey trees exactly, but I guess they kind of look like that. Anyway, so there's a branch, and we will continue. Boom, there's a tree. Now remember, everybody, in nature, it's rare to have an exact tree. You know, you rarely are ever going to see a perfect, symmetrical pine tree. But what you will see in nature is an overall uniformness. So it's like there's a uniformity to each branch that is similar. And it's that similarity that your eye reads and makes it kind of think it all is supposed to look a certain way. Right now we are just attempting to establish the mid-ground for the illustration. And I was thinking to myself, how neat would it be if... also pay attention here. You see how the grass isn't even uniform. We're going in every direction, and we cross them over. And we allow them to so we allow the grass to highlight hills, dips and such. Alright, I'm back again, and we are in the discussion. So we are finishing up the foreground, midground, there's a background, midground, foreground. Now, we're going to come in here to this little beautiful tree. And as they get further away, there's a little bit less and a little bit less. So, we are just going to very carefully try to insert... Uh-oh. You can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So, little tiny pine tree here. And we are just going to go ahead and do our best to try to put these branches onto the tree. We're not trying to make them look even. That's important. Okay. And we have to remember that as these go down into the grass, it's going to disappear. So we got the branches sort of disappearing into the grass. We're going to come in here for this tree, and we're going to actually draw in some of the tree before, and then we're going to start at the top and work our way down, sort of zigzagging through the branches, just allowing the pen to sort of, there we go, I like that. Alrighty, when at some point we will make some heavier details, probably with the pencils. We'll actually go in and decide which the branches are closest on these branches, and which of the boughs are further away. I mean, we'll put shadows underneath. You'll see. So like some of these right here will be behind, and some will be in the front, so we'll actually be able to depict that. This is a, because we see how these go to this side, then they go to that side. And this dark area is underneath. I can kind of do it with a pen, but it'll be easier and more pronounced when I do it with the pencil, which will be the next step in this illustration. But with my son's pizza in the oven, I am limited on time. And let's see if we can just get this mid-ground finished for you in this book that I am illustrating. Because that's what we do. We have to have it's easier to do these things. It gives you more of a reason to complete it when you're actually completing a whole book. So, and you guys can be with me from the very beginning as we do page per page. As you can see here, I'm just sort of coming in here and just very loosely putting in these branches, and they're very far away, you see. So these trees, as the further away they go, you can get them close together, and this one's a lot closer, obviously. So, and we're just going to come in here and put in make sure we've got in a nice established trunk. Okay. All right. So I think we have completely finished our mid-ground. And I want to thank you guys for joining me here at the Artist Corner. And as you can see, we've got some trees here, and these will be even less detail. Hold on. As you guys can see here, we've got about a minute left here, and I just wanted to thank you all for joining me here at the Artist Corner, where I'm Mr. Dave Joyner. I like to bring you high quality drawing tutorials on a regular basis. And as you can see here, we are trying to very quickly you just want to give each of these little tiny trees sort of a side view, and we will be coming in with the pencil later on, so this area here will receive more detail. You do have to spend some time with it. It is the devil is in the details, as they say, and I don't like to say it that way, but it's true. And each of those little trees like that really makes it here, I'll show it close up. As you can see, we really take the time to make each of those little trees have its own side and its own view, and it's really the only way to give it this sort of Washington Mountain view look, because we've all lived here our whole lives, so we know this is what it looks like around here. All these little trees covering every freaking mountain. But I think it's beautiful, and I love living here. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me here at the Artist Corner tonight, where we bring you fine drawing tutorials on a regular basis. Now, later on tonight, I'm going to work on this part here, and we have a log that is rotten, laying in the dirt, or maybe it's the water, I'm not sure. We've got grasses. It's going to be beautiful and a lot of fun. Please come back and join me again for the final of this tutorial. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming to the Artist Corner. Thank you.